In 2008, Davidson nearly beat Kansas to advance to the Final Four. Steph Curry wound up returning for another season at Davidson, and a year later would enter the 2009 NBA draft. The Warriors took him at 7, and the rest is history. But what if Steph had taken the shot instead, and Davidson knocked out Goliath? Here's what would have happened if Steph Curry had left for the NBA in 2008.
With the 6th pick in the 2008 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select
Stephen Curry, Davidson. After Steph led Davidson past Kansas, the Cinderella run was completed by beating UNC and then Memphis in the final. Satisfied with his career at Davidson, Curry entered the 2008 NBA draft instead of taking a collegiate victory lap. The Knicks rejoiced as new head coach Mike D'Antoni and team president Donnie Walsh drooled over the idea of Steph leading D'Antoni's high-tempo offense. New York's front office saw Curry as having the potential to be their Steve Nash. Steve Kerr also thought so, but it's 2008 and the Knicks have first crack at him, so... Meanwhile, Steph actually wanted to be a Knick. I make up a lot of shit for these, but not that. So Curry stayed on the East Coast and looked to be proof of the change in mentality by the Knicks. He developed slowly, but eventually beat out the mighty Chris Duhon for the starting role. And in D'Antoni's high-tempo offense, he put up numbers that earned him second-place honors in the Rookie of the Year voting. New York missed the playoffs, but the new-look Knicks showed promise that they hoped to build on in the offseason. After the Warriors took Jordan Hill in the 2009 draft, the Knicks gave Steph a new partner in the backcourt, DeMar DeRozan. The two guards had the chance to grow together, hone their craft, and build each other up, at least for like 3 months. So the Knicks, how do I put this politely? They're owned by a sociopath who's blind to reality and perpetually believes that they're only one move away from greatness. Dolan has built a world where no one is safe, unless your name is LeBron James. But the Knicks are never going to get LeBron James. Or are they? Less than 4 months into his rookie year, DeRozan was shipped off to Houston in return for Tracy McGrady, or the expiring contract of Tracy McGrady. They also pulled off a handful of other deals, which would net them $30 million in cap space, but would also bring in all new faces for Curry to play with and, as a team, regress with. This wasn't anything new. Regardless of who D'Antoni or Walsh liked, Dolan would trade away whoever he felt like, just to guarantee they'd have more money to play with when LeBron hit free agency in 2010. They started making these deals in November of 2008, over a year and a half before they'd even have a chance at the King. Even though he lost DeRozan, it was hard for Curry to feel too upset when the team showed their hand that much. He still needed to hone his game anyway, so by the time the Knicks could buy greatness, he'd be ready to lead the show. The problem was, as new faces were replaced with even newer faces, the speed of D'Antoni's offense had begun to catch up on Curry's ankles. He started missing games, his shots weren't falling, and he received some of the highest praise New York fans can bestow. He was viewed as a first-round bust. It didn't help when the Knicks missed out on LeBron, but at least Damari Stoudemire seems like a pretty good person. At the start of the 2010-2011 season, no one looked familiar to Steph on the roster. The former college star let ownership know he needed a solid supporting cast around him if there was any hope of making something happen. The Knicks had something else in mind. There was a team out west who still recognized Curry's potential. So Dolan packaged him in a deal and Steph was gifted a fresh start. Instead of a team taking him and being patient, developing this player, nurturing a talented young man, he was traded to the Denver Nuggets for a dude who was married to an MTV VJ. VJ / executive producer / New York Times best-selling author / off-Broadway actor. You're too good for him, Lala. The Nuggets core was young, and Curry finally had teammates he could develop with. Following the trade, they made the playoffs, but lost in the opening series. They improved on that the next year, making it to the conference finals. Steph was becoming a household name, they were a threat in the West, Curry released a pair of shoes that didn't suck, but the wheels just couldn't stay on for the Nuggets. Steph would become the latest in the list of players to butt heads with the snake that is Coach George Karl. Seriously, no one should be called a snake this many times. Karl would waste Curry's prime years, and the Nuggets' future would slowly go up in smoke. But wait, don't smash your phone yet, because remember, Steph's head beat out his heart. He stuck around Davidson for another year and made the Warriors fun again. For the Knicks, they've continued the revolving door of faces, and James Dolan's deal with the Devil's still in place. But they can rest easy knowing that they didn't ruin Steph, which is cool. So let's just sit back and enjoy the fact that good things were allowed to be good. Thanks for watching If Then. Steph, if you're watching, I'm very sorry. Knicks fans, I'm just sorry in general. Let me know what I got wrong down below and subscribe to SB Nation for more. I'm gonna go make some Skyline chili now.